Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Shehbaz and I am presenting the findings and solutions from my solo cybersecurity group completed as part of the HI 6041 Information Systems Security Unit. In this project, I assumed the role of an IT security team at Portside Business College, specifically focusing on the finance department due to its responsibility for highly sensitive information data. This presentation walks through a real-world phishing scenario, the creation and refinement of a security policy development of a comprehensive risk and incident response plan, and finally, a technical audit of the college's network using Cisco Packet Tracer. My goal was to stimulate how cybersecurity teams identify threats and respond using both policy and technology. The incident that triggered the cybersecurity review was a successful phishing attack. Uh, a finance department staff member named Kelly received an email that appeared to be the IT department. It requested her to click on a link urgently to resolve a supposed system issue. She followed the link, which led her to fake login page and unknowingly entered her credentials. The email had three clear red flags. First, the language was urgent, which is common social engineering tactic to reduce critical thinking. Second, the sender's email had a slightly changed domain name, not from official college domain. Third, the email lacked personalization, such as addressing her by name, which is often a giveaway of mass phishing emails. This incident helped highlight the need for both user awareness and stricter policies. In response to the phishing incident, I created a security policy targeting risk from unverified IT related communications. The purpose of this policy is to ensure that all digital messages requesting system access, password resets, or similar actions are verified through trusted internal channels before any action is taken. The policy includes sections such as scope, standards, guidelines, procedures, and non-compliance consequences. After a stimulated peer review process, I made several improvements. I added the definitions sections to help non-technical staff understand key terms. I also converted the guidelines into bullet points to improve readability and make them more accessible. The standard section was updated to include examples of how staff should verify requests, like using Teams, calling IT, or using a support ticketing system. This policy now serves as a proactive control to reduce human errors and strengthen the finance department defense posture. Next, I developed a risk management plan to identify and address vulnerabilities within the finance department's IT infrastructure. First, I classified critical assets. The server was marked as high importance as it contains financial databases and the domain controller. Enterprise switches and routers were also rated high due to their role in maintaining secure data flow. Desktop computers used by staff were marked medium. They are important but pose risk if not configured properly. The most critical data include payroll, budget files, accounting reports, and user credentials. A breach of this data could lead to financial fraud, reputational damage, and legal consequences. Roles were clearly defined. IT support is responsible for isolating and resolving issues. The finance manager communicates with internal and external stakeholders. Finance staff must report anything unusual and comply with IT instructions. To prevent incidents, I proposed regular employee training and frequent security audits to detect and fix vulnerabilities early. I then developed a formal incident response plan (IRP) to guide the team through security events. It includes a checklist for every device in the network servers, routers, and switches to ensure critical configuration are in the place for the server. I verified key services like DHCP, HTTP, and FTP, as well as correct IP address assignments. For routers, the IRP checks interface configuration, the presence of ACLs, and the presence of ACLs for traffic filtering, and DHCP relay settings. Switches are checked for shutdown for unused ports, proper access and trunk modes, and enforcement of port security. Additionally, password settings on all devices were reviewed to ensure proper authentication is enforced. The IRP allows the configuration to minimize damage, recover quickly, and avoid repeat incidents. Incident response is not only about technology, it also depends on effective communication. In the event of breach, staff must report suspicious activity through the internal IT ticketing system or via secure IT support email. If urgent, direct calls to the IT lead or finance manager must be made. The escalation process starts with the report reviewer, who passes the issue to the IT support lead, and if necessary, the finance manager. The plan is reviewed after every major incident within 48 hours to identify improvements. It's also reviewed quarterly by IT and finance leaders, and all finance staff undergo annual training to remain aware of how to respond. This layered communication structure ensures the team react swiftly and consistently in any crisis. After defining the security expectations in my plans, I used Cisco Packet Tracer to audit the current network setup. I found several gaps. Some unused switch ports were not shut down, which is a risk for unauthorized access. Several VTY lines on switches were accessible without passwords. Trunk and access modes were not configured correctly in some cases. Password security was inconsistent across devices. These gaps indicated the current network did not fully comply with the defined policy and IRP. This audit was essential for planning the exact improvements needed in the next step. I completed this entire project independently, handling all tasks from start to finish. I used Cisco Packet Tracer to stimulate and configure the network. Microsoft Word was used to write the policy, risk plan, and IRP. I also performed the technical audit, applied corrections, and structured this presentation. Being a solo project, it gave me end-to-end experience in both documentation and technical configuration, skills that are essential in real-world cybersecurity roles. This project showed me that cybersecurity is about more than just firewalls and antivirus tools. It involves educating users, creating enforceable policies, defining clear roles and responsibilities, and constantly reviewing system health. Through this solo project, I strengthened my understanding of for both organizational and security management, and hands-on network configuration. Phishing is a real and common threat, but it can be prevented through awareness and layered defenses. I now feel more confident applying cybersecurity principles to protect data and respond to incident in any organization. That's bring me to end my presentation. Thank you very much for time and attention. I'm happy to answer any questions, clarify parts of this project, or elaborate on the technical aspects of my packet tracer configuration.